Hello and welcome to the Black Cat Intuitive channel and to this latest video, which is an April prediction. So look at the three piles. We've got pile number 1, the red flashlight pile number 2, the purple flashlight pile, and pile number 3, the green flashlight pile, and see what pile resonates the most with you for your predictions for April. So let's get started with pile number 1. So pile number 1, the red flashlight pile. What are your predictions and advice for April? So we've got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Cups, the Six of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. Interesting. So let's see what card draws me the most. So my sense is that something I'm getting different ideas from this, but what I'm getting is that what you think was originally important to you is not, and there will be a complete shift in another direction that you may not even anticipate. And I'm hearing that something will become more important to you than you ever would have thought. But it's about this abrupt change in perspective. And I'm hearing that you will get something that you could not have anticipated. It's something along the lines, oftentimes, of what you want, but it's something that's so far away from what you originally wanted, but it will be almost in line with what you want. And it is an abrupt shift in your mindset. And what I get is it's sort of been brewing under the surface, but it's like it takes shape in April. And then we've also got, it's interesting because we've got the victory card here, the six of wands here, which I like to call it the victory card, but it's surrounded by two very diametrically, here's my cat here. She's saying hello. But I'm just going to move her out of the way so she doesn't block the cards so you can see what cards. But we've got the Six of Wands, like I was saying, and we've got diametrically opposed cards, the Three of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. And one is showing being around people, just being so connected to people. And the Five of Pentacles is being out in the cold, not feeling sort of impoverished. I'm getting, yeah, so that's what I'm getting is that it's like I said earlier, it's sort of like a abrupt change and you have a victory, but it's something totally different that you could have not, you don't really see the form of which it will take, is what I'm getting. And it's making you rethink your entire mindset about what you want. It's like instead of getting what you want, you get what you want, or what you truly want. So it's like I see it as being a very exciting month in that there is such a shift and a change in your perspective that that's along with you getting something totally different. It's like, like you want something and you totally, what I'm getting is you totally, you have an idea of something you want and it's all written out of, I want this, I want this into my life. And it's like, when people are manifesting, sometimes they're so fastidious about what they want to have in their life, and they're very controlling about, it has to come out in a certain way. But I'm hearing that it comes out in a way that's so much different and better than what your limited mind could possibly comprehend. It's, in some cases it's along the same lines, but sometimes it's in a totally different track of what you want. So I'm going to see if I can pull any more cards. I combine two decks together to get a perspective. But yeah, Ten of Cups. I'm getting that Ten of Cups, and then also the High Priestess. So, like I said before, it's sort of like there's a mysterious. The High Priestess is my favorite card, and it's sort of like I see a completion, an emotional completion, and getting all that you want. This is probably one of the best cards in the deck because it's sort of a sense of, or it can be, it's like a sense of completion, a sense of harmony. I see that coming about, but it's like I said earlier, the High Priestess, it comes about in a mysterious way. And I'm hearing that shake up your perspective about how things are, because with the red flashlight, it's sort of like that root chakra perspective, right? Oftentimes when people feel, unsafe about something or unsafe in the world, they want things to be a certain way. They want things to be exactly how they want. But I'm hearing to release those preconceived notions. I'm hearing release control a bit. Release control, and you will get something that's so much better, and in such a way that is so much more beautiful and um, so much more expansive than because when I see this card, I see it in the form of being expansive. So you're getting something more that's in expansive, because I'm hearing that sometimes you limit yourself, and this is not uncommon, right? Because it's unsafe, or it can feel unsafe to live in this world. So it's sort of like you feel like sort of this sense of limited, and it's almost like it's like you desire to have constancy in your life, and that's completely valid, right? Because we all want to have some sense of stability, but I'm hearing that your sense of stability and your sense of constancy is going to be shaken up, and in a mysterious way and in a very good way. So that's what I hear for it's going to be and then also I got haughtiness for some reason. So what I get, see, what is that? I'm getting, it's sort of like the flow. I'm hearing, don't look at that word. Look at the sort of the flow. I'm being called to look at the picture, not the word. And it's sort of like when you look at something. Oh, sorry, my cat is just being a little bit destructive. I'm gonna take she's grabbing my slippers and tearing them apart. I'm just gonna hide them for a second. But what I'm seeing is that look at this flow, and it's like look at the eyes in between, and it's sort of like you're going to see a different perspective where you'll look at the details of something instead of looking at the whole picture. You're going to see the details, and you're going to see all the details in a totally different way. So that's what I'm getting. That's all I'm getting for pile number one. I hope you enjoyed that reading. I've got on the Black Cat Intuitive channel. I've got a lot of different videos, pick a card readings, also an intuition development program that you can find in the playlist section of the channel. And so yeah, check that out. See if you want to subscribe, and maybe like or comment if that resonated with for you. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed that reading, and I hope that you have a terrific April. Bye bye. All right. Hello, pile number two. Let us see what we have for the month of April. Let me just first get all these cards away from the first pile, and let us see what we get for pile number two. I already said I think it's going to be a little bit different than pile number one, but let's see what we get. So we've got the purple flashlight pile. The purple flashlight pile, purple is a very highly like crown chakra color. Interesting. We've got the King of Cups in reverse, and it's interesting. It's the same color. It's kind of that that resonant purple color, that sort of healing high-end purple color. But okay, let's see. So we've got the King of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. So I'm already hearing I should get a couple more cards just to clarify. So we've got the Three of Swords that clarify, and then I'm going to get some more clarifiers too. So the Wheel of Fortune, interesting. So let me see. Let's see what we get with this this pile. So I'm getting that you're very much moving away from a sense of heartbreak, and the heartbreak could be, it could be a variety of different things that could have caused the heartbreak, but it moving away from this sense of pain will have to do with seeing people in a completely different perspective. It will be seeing people in a different perspective. So moving, and I'm hearing this could be either a short, like a recent heartbreak, or it could be sort of a long, like the Three of Swords can be like a recent heartbreak, but it can also be a long standing heartbreak that's been sort of with you. I'm hearing sometimes for 10 years, even longer, even your entire life. So it can be a long standing sense of heartbreak. But I'm getting that this is more a long standing sense of heartbreak, which could be precipitated by a recent one, but it's kind of more the energy is long standing in terms of the energy that you're releasing. And I'm hearing that it has to, moving away from this heartbreak, it has to do with seeing people in a different perspective and seeing that people are different, that there's a lot of people that are different than what you thought. So it's sort of like having this sense of a different perspective of just of seeing people different than what you've thought. It's yeah. So it's sort of like the month of April will change your perspective on just sort of on what people are really like or what people can be like. And I'm hearing it could in some cases be a positive influx of different people in your life or a person. It could be I'm hearing two things. It could be an influx of different people that are of a much higher vibrational integrity than you have encountered before, a much higher in vibrational integrity, and or also it could be an individual person, or sure it could be a group of people, or a totally different perspective about people that brings different people into your life. And it's a change of fortune. It's definitely a change of fortune. But yeah, I'm hearing that with a different like perspective. You see her eyes are covered right here. So it's like they come along and change your perspective about people. And it almost causes you to go in a totally and a completely different direction is what I hear. It shifts something within you, but it shifts something outside of you in terms of the people in your life, which causes the heartbreak to be released, but it also causes you to go in a different direction. So a much different direction. So, and I'm hearing that it helps you build in a direction that's based on solid ground. Like it's sort of like it's like with these new people in your life, you seek hidden treasure, and it's people that you're more resonant with. But then it allows you this new direction. The irony is that you're moving. It causes you to move, but the amount of movement that you do causes you to build on solid ground. It causes things to solidify for you. The movement causes things to solidify for you in your life and helps you create roots in the world and feel actually secure in the earth plane is what I hear. But it may involve a movement outside but within your perspective as well too. And it's melody, and it's almost like, and I see that this melody, it kind of goes with the Three of Cups, and it's almost like your perspective changes, and because of that, it's sort of like an emotional malady, a long-standing emotional malady shifts itself, and it's sort of like instead of just thinking of things in a logical manner, you start to think of things almost in a more emotional or spiritual manner. Because I'm hearing that sometimes you have a very strong logical mind and a very smart mind. That's what I get with the scholar. But it's sort of like that shifts to sort of a more emotional or spiritual mind is what I'm hearing. And it shifts the trajectory of the rest of the year and also for the rest of your life. And it's sort of like fortune. I got fortune, wheel of fortune, but I'm getting it's not necessarily money. I'm hearing it's not necessarily, although it could be, but it's mostly not. It's mostly more an energy of absolute emotional fulfillment from emotional change, which can lead to fortune. But that's what I'm hearing is that's not as important as the emotional change and the emotional sort of malady leaving you. Let's see what else. I've got, let's see what else we've got here. And a judgment. So I'm getting that's a card because it's sort of like a resolution. It's going in a different direction. And instead of energy, I'm getting that you've had a sense of like your energy being very split and unfocused and just not really moving forward in the way that you like. And it's like with the judgment card, I see you just finally getting over. I see the image of a speed bump, and it's sort of like you finally move over a speed bump and move in a so much better direction, a so much better, like just a more healing direction. And it's very, I hear it's very emotionally nourishing for you in ways that you could not have anticipated, in ways that you couldn't anticipate it, and engage. And it's like I see with this card, it's like you go down this direction, like you go down the river, and I see yourself. It's almost like you're like this in April. You're kind of looking in the past, and you get on the boat and you go towards the future. Is what I hear. You get on the boat. You kind of look at the past, but then you take on the boat and you move towards the future. And it's sort of like you consolation. It's sort of like I'm hearing this image of all the parts of you feel complete. It's like there's a sense of completion that happens in April. And it's almost like it's a sense of completion. It's kind of like you're in a butterfly. You see here we've got a butterfly that finally busts out of its cocoon and finally is free, is what I heard. It's finally free, and you feel consoled. Like I see this person here becoming the butterfly and finally becoming free. And Lord, I see that, and then you feel like you're almost now in control of your own life because these two parts of yourself that have been separated, almost your logic and your emotional mind, they come together. And it's like this beautiful meeting point, and you feel whole again. You feel whole again, and you feel free again. And yeah, so I see it. That's all I'm getting for pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed that, the purple flashlight pile. Hope you have a terrific April. Check out my other videos. I've got videos of, pick a card, intuition development. I've got an intuition development program. You can try that, see that in the playlist section. And yeah, so I wish you a happy April. Bye-bye. And now it's time for pile number 3. Hello, pile number 3. I'm just cleaning up the cards from pile number 2. And just going to shuffle the deck a little bit. And it's time for pile number 3, the green flashlight pile. So let's see what we've got for the green flashlight pile. We've got the Tower card. Interesting. The first card, the King of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Chariot. Interesting. So we've got 3. Wow, we've got 3 major arcana. So this is a very significant month for you. I'm just going to get some clarifiers because I just need to have some clarified. So the King of Pentacles clarified by the Seven of Pentacles. Interesting. And the Tower is clarified the Six of Swords. The Emperor, I think it clarified with the Four of Pentacles. So what I'm getting is that the ultimate end of April, or even the mid-April energy, is you're strongly getting yourself out of the rut. And the Tower card, I'm hearing that it's sort of a shake-up that you need, but you've already done, in most cases, the preliminary work for it. And it's like you're going to get yourself out of a rut that you've been patiently waiting for. I see the King of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. It's like you've been waiting for this for a long time. You've been waiting, and it's sort of like there's been like sort of a heavy energy I hear with the Four of Pentacles. It's sort of like you tried to create order in your life, but it hasn't been necessarily the right way. Like I'm hearing that it hasn't always been the right way, but I'm hearing that you'll know what the right way is, and you'll know how to shake yourself out of this rut and to basically move out of it. To move out of it and easily. And I'm hearing you won't need much prodding. Like sometimes people see the tower as being a scary card, but I don't feel that it's scary in this reading. It's just sort of like I hear that you've most cases you've done the preliminary work, and it's like the final energy is going to be shaken loose, and you're just going to move forward out of energies that you really want to leave behind. And I'm going to get build. Oh, interesting. I got that build on solid ground. I got that card before in the other pile. So it's sort of like I'm gonna get another card to clarify with that. Be creative. So I'm sensing that you're basically like it's finally like you've known that the change needs to be done. You know that the change needs to be done, but it's like you haven't really known how to do that, and it's like I see the emperor changing throughout this month. Like I hear that you have a very like you have a solid, you're almost disciplined mindset. You've had a very solid disciplined mindset, but you're going to and I'm hearing is that won't change. You're going to continue on that route, but it's like you're going to allow in some energy that is more loosening and more able to traverse this new time in more a less linear manner, just allowing like you'll still have that sense of discipline that you have, but it's sort of like just allowing yourself to move forward in a less linear control just a manner. I hear that where like before you were like 95% controlled and organized. It's like you're allowing, and I'm hearing that's a good thing. That's a good the sense of structure you have in your life is actually good, and can be commended. But it's sort of like you're allowing in this creative energy that loosens it up just a little bit. So that's what we've got the Tower card, and what could the reverse the okay? So what are the results of this? So I'm hearing Doctor, and what I'm hearing for that is that you'll have a and servant. Interesting. So I'm hearing from that is that let's see if I can tune into it. It's sort of like you're going to have like a conversation in some cases with somebody about something in your life that is out of balance. That is out of balance and sort of uh yeah, something that is out of balance, it will become into balance, is what I'm hearing in some cases. And I'm hearing it doesn't even require a conversation with people at all times, but it's sort of like a balance and an enemy, and it's sort of like you'll see like any kind of enemies will be out of your path, and you will finally be able to move forward. And also, I see that there's a sense of like a I'm hearing in some cases you'll be less of a servant to other people. Like you've decided, and that's a small amount of people, but it's sort of like you're becoming less of a servant to other people, or you'll feel like the universe is now there to serve you, and you don't have to have as much control because there will be a mindset shift of the universe will serve you what you want. So therefore, because it's like that's almost like the fear beneath you is that like, oh, the universe will not serve you what you want, but it's sort of like you'll have this perspective change where you'll have more faith in the universe, and you'll believe that the universe will deliver to you what you want. And it's sort of like, and I got scholar too, it's sort of like you'll have this feeling of studying what you want and believing deep within you that the universe can deliver what you want into your life. So it's sort of like you have this full confidence in yourself, and that you can move forward. You can have almost like you can give over. You'll have this balance of yes having discipline, yes having strength, but also this slight feeling of that you can give your reins over to the universe a little bit. I see you working with your own power, but almost like giving over a small amount of it to the universe to help you create what you want in your life. And I'm hearing that you'll have more faith in the universe because you'll believe some shift, some psychological shift will happen to you, perhaps in your sleep. But you will see the universe as your friend, as perhaps you haven't felt that way before. Perhaps you've never felt before that the universe is your friend, or that spirit, or it's always been this fear. So I'm also hearing you may want to look into your perceptions of God, because sometimes people have perceptions of God based on, I'm hearing like threatening, traumatic incidents that they've had right early on, and those kind of experiences they can put on God and believe that God is, or the universe source is sort of threatening and wants to punish them in some way. So I'm hearing that you getting your perspective on source or God, whatever you want to call it, be realigned so you no longer fear it anymore, and you believe that you can actually trust in the well-being of the universe. Because oftentimes when we can't trust, it's like sort of an early trauma that we've put on God and who what we believe source to be. So I hear that this will put like a light bulb moment in you, and you will know what that is, that trauma is, and be able to release it. And it may shake things up for you, but it is a positive way. It's like, and I see you, yeah, just still having your sense of discipline and your sense of power, but allowing the bit of the universe's power to flow into you in a balance with your will and the will of the universe, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's and I also hear do not be afraid, because you don't have to fear the universe. You don't have to fear the universe anymore. And I heard, can you feel me? So interesting. Can you feel me? I see this picture here, and that I was called to get, and it's sort of like your feminine aspect is awakening. Feel the goddess energy inside you. She seeks acknowledgement and validation. New energies, insights, and opportunities are emerging. Wake up, embrace, celebrate. So that's what I see is like it's sort of like you're blending these. Like I hear that you have like a powerful energy, but it's sort of like you need to blend, or you could blend this energy of like of energy of power from the universe, like it that well like that's what I like I said before. It's sort of like you're allowing a new energy to flow with you, just like the picture that I like said before. It's sort of like you're allowing that energy to flow with you, and to sort of overtake you and guide your path. Not just you guiding your path, you're guiding it, but it's sort of like this flow comes in and circles you and helps you like integrate with the God source energy in a way that you never have before. And that's very healing, right? Just like the green flash. It's a very healing, balancing energy that you get in April. And yeah, so that's all I've got for pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe check out my other readings. I've got other pick a card readings, and also I've got yeah, pick a card readings, and also just different, like an intuition development course that's for free. That's, if you look at the playlist section, you'll see that in there. You'll see the other. I've got different playlists, but you'll see the intuition development. There's various exercises. I think about 8 or 9, but you'll see the various, like I think there's about 8 or 9 playlists for intuition development, and check that out. Free, and it helps you enhance your intuition. But I hope you enjoy that. Maybe give it a like if you enjoyed that. Perhaps subscribe if you find other videos that you enjoy. And I hope you have a terrific day.